I went overboard in here. From a distance it's too dark, but I went in, I've saved it a little. And also, again, protect your whites. And I goofed up there. But right now, one way to do things when they go dark is to make the stuff around them darker. Well, that's how watercolor works. So I've been putting these nice washes little by little on top here inside the natural divisions of, oops, shouldn't talk and paint at the same time. The natural divisions of these lines, the drapes of the fabric, as well as the energy lines throughout, the lines that connect the relation, one shape to another, relationships of them on the page, and so on like that. So this is a nice light cubist abstraction. Just for fun from this one painting that I started playing with, and it just kept giving me more ideas simply because I was playing. I was doing something, but I was actually playing, and that's what I needed to do. Ooh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Up here it looks like I scraped a greasy hand across the top there or something. I just want to do this for, I'm right on the absolute finishing stages of this. It's like just about at the, okay, finished. What problem here? You see I kept that nice and white, and these dots in the eyes nice and white. I need to just lighten that one up. And so I thought, should I scrape the paper? Because that is acceptable in the American Watercolor Society, if you're doing transparent watercolors, to pull back some white. But to me, it doesn't keep the integrity of the paper. I have some Chinese white paint that's Winsor Newton, but I never use white paint on my transparent watercolors. I finally decided that I can, I think, go ahead and go into here with a white watercolor pencil. Just that little part there to save it. But that right there would knock this out of any kind of competitions in any high-level watercolor society, transparent watercolor society. So you don't use white, you don't use black. And that's the challenge of watercolors, is protecting your whites. And I just, I had that all along, and just right at the very end at night, and working under a light, this light of my camera, not an incandescent light, but still under a light instead of in natural light. And with my small little detail brushes fiddling around. This looks great up close. I'll do this. So this is just a teaching and learning thing here. Looks great up close. You see the colors are quite natural. So that's where I was working. But when you get and put it across the room, I spent so much time working and shadowing there that his eye is really dark. So I worked in darkening that and making sure that these other areas are more delineated. But at the same time, I don't want to darken all of this. I need that light there. So I'm going to cheat and add a little bit of white watercolor pencil just to here in the eye, and I'm still going to call it a watercolor because it is. And the funny thing about this whole one is this is very abstract, and my whole approach to it was very abstract, but it's the most realistic one out of the others. I mean, or perhaps naturalistic. This one still isn't done. I need to go back to this and go back to that video as well. And then there's this, which is, I photocopied an abstraction that I enjoyed. It started out as a thumbnail, and then I started fiddling around, and I made lots of intersecting lines and colored it as an experiment, and I would like to try that on this paper. This is what I was trying to do, this here, and because of the paper, I mean, I'm accustomed to this paper, I just worked larger. It's really funny how scale works. Anyway, thanks for watching this. This is the last step here, other than my signing it and getting the title on it, and getting that white there to where I want it. Oh, it's a personal failure. But it's okay. And again, I'm sharing this. I'm never satisfied with, I mean, I'm always done. I know I'm done. It's okay, I'm finished, right? But there's always something that bothers me. I'm never quite satisfied. And I put things away for a year or more. And when I pull them out and look at them, I go, I don't know why I thought there was anything wrong with this. It looks fine to me. So, I mean, better than fine. So anyway, I really like all this down in here. Let me pull this up too while we're at it. This is just some nice abstract, hope this is in focus, foliage back in there. And it actually looks quite realistic. So that's the fun part of doing an abstract, is that, you know, from a thing that you're looking at, is you can add realistic details in where you like them. And, I mean, I could move these eyes around to different places too if I decided to. But I think it's very nice. The colors are nice. It's probably, I started out with, yeah, it's a red-green. Let's see. Blue-green, blue, and green. And this red is probably a red-orange. So a red-orange and a blue-green. Yeah, red, orange, and blue-green. It is a split complementary. Red-orange, opposite of blue-green, but I have actually a blue here and a green here. The blue-green in between isn't there. That's what makes it a split complementary. Red, orange, and blue-green are opposites on the color wheel. On each side of blue-green is blue and green, split. That complement isn't in there. Ooh, nice. I'm really pleased with the colors and everything. I used an olive green in here. I mixed some yellows in to tone it down. All right, I'll just stop there.